This is News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Eric Morton of WDWNT.com. Please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to make sure you never miss the latest from Disney theme parks around the world. Here now is the news for June 30th, 2025. Again, Tom is still in Hong Kong. He'll be back later this week. So here we go. It's me again for a day or two. All right. Former Imagineer Joe Rohde posted never-before-seen concept art on Instagram and wrote about the unbuilt Disney attractions he worked on in the 1980s. This might look like it's from the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, but it's not. It's from years before that, Rohde said in his Instagram post. He explained that in 1984, former Imagineer Senior VP Tony Baxter rescued me from layoffs and brought me back from our production facility to WED to be a concept illustrator. This was just after Journey into Imagination opened at EPCOT. The classic ride was created by Baxter and Steve Kirk, but Rohde actually had a small hand in the project, portraying the Dreamfinder on screen in one of the original ImageWorks activities. Baxter assigned Rohde to a, quote, very preliminary concept to create a mystic temple in Adventureland that would combine an interactive walkthrough with a Flume ride and rerouting of the Jungle Cruise boats. The pathways in the concept art are not ride track like on Indiana Jones Adventure, but suspension bridges that guests would have walked on. Rohde said, there was still an either-or thing going on here. I just drew stuff. I was very, very junior and lucky to have escaped being cut loose, he explained. I was very cheap labor and I mostly used scrap pieces of illustration board from the scrap bin in the model shop, so all my images are odd sizes. I'm not a great colorist, so I'd work in sepia tone, which I like anyways. Though an Adventureland walkthrough Flume attraction did not come to be, the concepts were clearly split into two projects, those being Splash Mountain, the Flume ride, and Indiana Jones Adventure, the Temple ride. Baxter was a creative force behind both projects, which opened in Disneyland in 1989 and in 1995, respectively. Rohde said Baxter was already talking in the mid-'80s about the theoretical attraction being themed to Indiana Jones instead of a generic mystic temple. Rohde didn't actually work on Indiana Jones Adventure, having moved to Disney's Animal Kingdom by the time the Indy ride was in active development. But my DAC team did learn from the lavish narrative cue when it came time for Everest. He said that referencing his famous Expedition Everest Land of the Forbidden Mountain coaster at Animal Kingdom and that amazing queue. Those were just the first versions of Splash Mountain in the Indiana Jones Adventure. Splash Mountain would also open at Magic Kingdom, of course, and Tokyo Disneyland in 1992. The Magic Kingdom and Disneyland versions became Tiana's Bayou Adventure last year, and Baxter came out of retirement to act as a sort of advisor on the new ride. A second Indiana Jones Adventure with the same ride track and system, but a different story, opened at Tokyo Disney Sea in 2001. A third version, also with a new story, will soon come to Rohde's home park, Disney's Animal Kingdom. Dinosaur, which has that same kind of track, will close to be reimagined into a new Indy ride. Rohde guessed the concept art is from 1984 or 85, shortly before he was assigned to a land based on the Black Cauldron. That was in 1985. Rohde said he did some of my more developed concept illustration for the Unbuilt land. He didn't say where this land would have been or what kind of attractions it might have had, but likely wasn't in development for very long. Of course, the Black Cauldron was a box office flop, as sometimes called the film that almost killed Disney. It didn't end up with much theme park representation at all, but in 1986, Lancer's Inn at Walt Disney World was renamed Gurgi's Munchings and Crunchings after the character Gurgi. It would have eventually then become Friar's Nook, which it remains today. The most prominent representation of the Black Cauldron in Disney parks was the Cinderella Castle Mystery Tour, a walkthrough attraction in Tokyo Disneyland that operated from 1986 to 2006. The Evil Queen's magic mirror led guests into the lairs of Disney villains, leading to an encounter with the Horn King from the Black Cauldron. Okay, before we get any deeper into this, I know that people probably see that one of the biggest stories over the weekend was a child that did fall off a Disney cruise ship. That will be towards the end of the show. You can skip to the end if you want to. I know people often accuse us of like burying, having a story and making you watch the whole show to see it. Cruise line news always comes towards the end of our show. We start usually with, Magic Kingdom, then EPCOT, then Hollywood Studios, then Animal Kingdom, et cetera, and on down the line, and then around the world to the international parks after that. Cruise line towards the end there. So, I don't want anyone getting mad because we haven't gotten to the main story yet. The Hall of Presidents and Magic Kingdom Park officially reopened following its latest refurbishment on June 29th. Recently re-elected President Donald Trump had an updated animatronic face installed. Following the reopening the lobby earlier this month, the Hall of Presidents of Magic Kingdom has returned with its most recent updates. The attraction closed in January of 2025 to move President Trump back to the middle of the stage following his re-election. This would mark the first time, by the way, that a president returned to the center location, as Trump is the first president since the opening of the Hall of Presidents who has served 2 non-consecutive terms. He's not the first to have 2 non-consecutive terms, but he's the first since the attraction opened. The Hall of Presidents, which features audio animatronics of every U.S. president, opened with Magic Kingdom, of course, in 1971. It has periodically closed to receive new animatronics as new presidents take office, and each president since Bill Clinton has provided their voice to the show. As expected, the Hall of Presidents show has been updated in multiple ways for the Trump edition, or rather reinstallation, I guess. As per usual, for the active president, an animatronic version of Trump has been moved to the position near the center of that stage. Following the addition of President Biden in 2021, Trump was then moved to the back row of the stage behind President John Quincy Adams. At the time Trump was shifted to the back, the animatronic was altered from the original speaking version. Of course, this is not uncommon, as Disney would not want to utilize and maintain the most high-tech animatronic figure for a president who's kind of with the other ones just nodding their head throughout the show, as opposed to having a big speaking role. The replacement of an animatronic figure when a new one is moved to the center is usually not newsworthy, really. However, the Trump animatronic made headlines because of, well, there was an existing controversy, a lot of speculation. At the time Trump was first added to the show, the turnaround period totaled 11 months as opposed to only 6 months for Biden. While it was later reported, of course, that coincided with a lot of stuff going on. While it was later reported that the issues were timing with getting Trump's recorded speech ready, it led to theories from the Disney fandom, maybe that Disney was altering the show in a larger sense than usual. When Trump finally arrived at the Hall of Presidents, many pointed out the animatronic face didn't really seem accurate to a real-life President Trump. In fact, a lot of guests and conspiracy theorists and stuff point out the face bore a striking resemblance to that of Hillary Clinton, whom Trump had run against in 2016. The appearance of the animatronic plus the extended downtime led to more and more rumors that Disney had already prepped a figure, assuming Hillary would win the election, which then had to be refitted as Trump when he won. Who knows? But I think the theories are always fun. Possibly as a result of these critiques, Disney quietly tweaked President Trump's face this time when a simplified animatronic version of him was moved to the back row. However, the face controversy returned upon the news of this second term. Assuming the more advanced speaking animatronic was still in storage, would it still be used in the middle of the stage once again? Disney never really made an official statement, so guests had to wait until the show reopened to find out. Now that the Hall of Presidents is operational once again, it's clear the animatronic version of President Trump that recites the oath of office from the center stage does not have that same face from 2017 that a lot of people kind of had these theories about. While the clothes appear similar, the face of the new animatronic figure is very different from the previous allegedly Hillary reminiscent version, though possibly brushed a different way, we don't know. Trump's hair is also angled differently in this new show. There's been no official statement on whether Disney reused the old animatronic and simply changed the facial features or created a completely new animatronic for this 2025 version. We don't know. In other 2025 update news, President Trump's speaking role has been significantly reduced compared to the original 2017 term. Originally, Trump recited the usual oath of office before delivering a short speech about the achievements of the American spirit. However, when Biden was added to the Hall of Presidents, they trimmed that down so that he only recited the oath of office before the narrator continued the show. This 2025 Trump version has continued this trend as he only recites the oath of office without the additional speech. As one other small change, the animatronic version of President Biden has now been moved to the back. Biden standing in Trump's old spot behind President John Quincy Adams. Popular spot, I guess. Hall of Presidents is open to guests at Magic Kingdom from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. with the show running for approximately 25 minutes. Of course, we have the video right here on our channel. A new entertainment offering in Magic Kingdom is a New Orleans-inspired jazz band called Nola and the Eighth Notes. The band consists of Nola, who is the lead singer, and 4 musicians playing a tuba, trumpet, trombone, and snare drum with a tambourine. Nola is likely in reference to, obviously, the acronym NOLA, which stands for New Orleans, Louisiana, for those that need help with that one. The band finished their set to the side of Tiana's Bayou Adventure in the area close to the currently closed Big Thunder Mountain Railroad entrance, though they originated on the side of Frontierland by Grizzly Hall. The members of the band will play music as they walk, sometimes stopping to interact with guests and dance. The band members are wearing new costumes in the classic Mardi Gras colors of purple, bright yellow, and green. The musicians are all wearing black pants and white hats, while the lead singer's outfit has a multicolored diamond pattern. The band's set when we visited lasted for about 13 minutes. Several of the songs included jazzy renditions of music from The Princess and the Frog, as well as the nearby Tiana's Bayou Adventure attraction. Nola and the Eighth Notes is a new entertainment offering, but the band is not currently listed on the website entertainment schedule or on the My Disney Experience app. They might just be trying this out. It's pretty cool if you like live entertainment in a park. Let someone know. That always works. You talk to guest relations where you put a comment in there. Anyway, the currently scheduled times according to cast member include 10:45 a.m., 12 p.m., 1:05 p.m., and 1:55 p.m. if you happen to be in the park. We recommend asking a cast member for the most recent information on performance times for the day. Cast members also told us that the current plan for the band is for them to perform almost daily in Magic Kingdom through September. They noted this is still vague and could change at any time. Of course, check back. We will have updates on this, I'm sure. And of course, we have their performance right here on our channel. YouTube user The Concrete Wanderer shared a full ride POV and queue tour of the Reimagined test track from the first day of cast member previews. And since then, I went today to the media preview, and our video is now live in this channel if you want to watch it. But yes, they were out there before us, but we got this out today. Photos and videos are allowed during those cast member previews, which began on June 27th. They'll last through July 10th. There will also be previews for annual pass holders, Disney Vacation Club members, Club 33, Golden Oak residents, and all the other people that I can't afford to be part of their group. The Build Your Own Sim Car experience is now gone from the queue. This was added as part of that test track 2.0, which opened in 2012. The queue features cars, parts, and models displayed in a sleek white and blue environment. Then guests board the refreshed black vehicles and take off into the future of cars. The ride experience is said to be inspired by World of Motion, the original, of course, EPCOT ride that Test Track replaced. We have the POV ride right here on here. I will tell you the new queue is, they have a couple different, they have about 3 vehicles in the front representing different eras of innovation in cars and mobility, I guess. You go to a second room where they will have things like sustainability. So they'll talk about maybe, green stuff like recycled materials used for cars or battery technology for EVs, and even how your car and home have a sort of synergy where you can use your car to power your home, and you can use your home to power your car, depending, I don't know, if you lose power, I guess you have a EV now, you could just plug it into your house and run your power from there. Kind of cool synergy to have. I enjoyed the ride overall. I think it's not such a major new opening of an attraction like you would expect. It's a reskin, a retheme of an existing ride, but I thought it was pleasant. I think the vibe is a little bit different on it, but watch the video, you tell me. It seems a little bit more chill, even though you still have those thrilling moments. I think they did a good job overall, though. Back to Test Track. We had while we were recording, had some news break. Walt Disney World has confirmed the annual pass holder preview dates for the Reimagining of Test Track, which opens next month at EPCOT. According to Disney, annual pass holder previews will be held from July 13th through 19th. However, no previews will be held on the 17th. The ride is scheduled to open to all guests on July 22nd. In order to attend a preview, pass holders will need to secure a park reservation for EPCOT on their desired preview day and join a virtual queue using the My Disney Experience mobile app. Virtual queue enrollment will be available at 7 a.m. and 1 p.m. on each preview day. There will be no standby line available at this time. The initial drop will be available to just pass holders who have a park reservation for EPCOT. Then the second drop will be available to all pass holders. A Disney Vacation Club preview will take place on Saturday, July 12th. Registration will open on July 8th. To be eligible to participate in that preview, DVC members will have to have a qualifying Disney Resort hotel reservation booked prior to July 6th. Use their eligible membership to book the stay and be staying at the resort on the preview date. Additional details and a registration link will be sent to members starting July 8th. When Test Track reopens to all guests in late July, the Lightning Lane Multi-Pass attraction lineup for EPCOT is going to change slightly. Beginning on July 22nd, Test Track will be part of the higher tier of experiences from which guests can choose one attraction, their little Lightning Lane. Soaring Around the World, currently part of the higher tier, will then be part of the lower tier that you can pick 2 or 3 experiences from. Soaring Around the World is still part of that higher tier through July 21st. Once it moves down, the higher tier is going to include Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Test Track. Line skipping Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is available with a separate Lightning Lane pass. So there you have it. Make your park reservations if you want to get that preview of Test Track. Figment fans have an adorable new plush to grab at Walt Disney World with our favorite purple dragon in baby form and wrapped up in a patterned blanket. Costs $39.99. This latest version of Figment is in the style of the Disney Babies plush line, so he's smaller in size and wrapped in a swaddling blanket. Figment is in his usual colors with a purple body, pink belly, and yellow eyes. Most of the plush is covered in soft, furry material, apart from the embroidery on Figment's eyes and nose. The blanket wrapped around Figment has a snap closure, so the baby plush can be removed if you desire. Figment has small purple pads and orange claws on his bottom feet. The blanket has a plain purple interior lining. This blanket's also specifically designed for Figment, so it has 2 holes on the top for his orange horns to stick up from either side. The blanket itself is lilac purple color with a pattern of various EPCOT icons. Some of the images include the circular logos for the various EPCOT pavilions, with the Reimagined pavilion logo being one of the largest, of course. Filling up the rest of the space are some multicolored stars, fireworks, and flowers. We found a new Disney Babies Figment plush at Creation Shop in EPCOT, though it's been found inside Once Upon a Toy at Disney Springs in limited quantities as well. You might see it some other places. Let us know on social media. If you want to see more Figment merchandise, some of the newest items have included a Figment plush journal and a Figment friendship bracelet. Welcome, Tanamura. Another new Manatee has arrived at the Seas Pavilion in EPCOT. That makes me very happy. We were able to catch her swimming around and munching on lettuce, which is what they do a lot. Just 2 days after her arrival, Tanamura is an estimated 1-year-old manatee and weighs around 300 pounds. Manatees typically stay with their mothers until they're between 1 and 2 years old, meaning Tanamura may or may not have been orphaned. I hope not. While we do not yet know much of her backstory, she's likely visiting for a short time at the Seas because they have kind of changed to a more short-term care facility recently. Tanamura is already out and interacting with her much larger counterparts, Cider and Mermaid, who weigh in at 840 and 620 pounds respectively. The manatee tank is viewable on the 1st and 2nd floors of Seabase Aquarium. Information about the manatees is on a chalkboard in the 2nd level viewing area. Cast members will also happily share more information about the animals. There are signs with information about how to help this vulnerable species. You can watch our video of Tanamura on our social media channels. The Sea's former manatees, Little Joe and Inigo, were removed in mid-January, successfully relocated to the Gulfarium Marine Adventure Park. Little Joe had lived at EPCOT for several years, but Inigo had only moved in the park in September. Soon after, Manatee Lou moved out to a Manatee Rehabilitation Center. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, Be Our Guest Vacations. Your dream vacation begins with Be Our Guest Vacations and their concierge team of expert vacation planners. Head over to www.nt.travel and their team will design your next magical trip from Disney World and Disneyland to Disney Cruise Line to Adventures by Disney and more. The best part is their concierge services are 100% free, so book today. A new sign has been installed for the Coral Reef restaurant at EPCOT. New sign resembles the exterior of the Seas Pavilion mural with 2 wave lines and green fish mimicking those on the mural. Coral Reef restaurant name is written in white on a blue background framed in a white oval. The former sign was actually mostly coral colored, coral, in reference to the restaurant's name. Several shades of blue made up a wave that looked to crash onto the name. The new design also resembles some of the artwork under the restaurant's awning, while the old sign is similarly colored to other Coral Reef restaurant art near the entrance. New elements are also being added to a potential new sign above the Seabase gift shop. Scrim went up on the shop's exterior overhang earlier this month before a new curved element jutting out of the existing overhang was added, creating a full arch over the doorway. This work seems to be part of an ongoing improvement to the Seas Pavilion. The latest addition to the shoulder plush lineup at Walt Disney World is a light-up gargoyle from the Haunted Mansion. We found this spooky new plush at Once Upon a Time in Disney's Hollywood Studios, though it may become available at other locations around the resort. Since originally publishing this article, all the gargoyle shoulder plush have been pulled from the shelves at Once Upon a Time. While not confirmed by cast members, it's possible this plush was accidentally released early. Who knows? Stay tuned for more updates. The plush was available for $29.99. I'm sure it will pop back on there soon. Walt Disney World announced on their Instagram page that Sergio Aguero, a world-famous football or soccer star, I know people get hung up on that term. We say soccer and you get mad and tell us it's football. Nobody ever yells at Italians for calling it calcio, but they get mad at us for calling it soccer here. But either way, a world-famous football star has visited the resort. The caption of the post reads, "When legends meet magic, what a day with soccer icon at KUN Aguero at hashtag Walt Disney World, Disney posted pictures of the athlete with Mickey and Minnie in front of Cinderella Castle, along with other park icons like the Hollywood Tower Hotel at Hollywood Studios. Aguero also posed for photos in front of Spaceship Earth and the Nova Corps Star Blaster ship in front of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind before traveling to Animal Kingdom to snag a picture in front of the Tree of Life. According to a bio online, Sergio Aguero is an Argentine professional soccer player who played as a striker for the English Premier League club Manchester City FC and the Argentine national football team. He's widely considered as one of the best players of his generation, one of the best center forwards in Premier League history. There is no better way for Disney Parks fans to scare up some fun for the Halloween season than by attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World. However, these separately ticketed events can get very expensive. Thankfully, we have a way for you to save on admission. Our friends at Unlocked Magic, powered by Be Our Guest Vacations and DVC Rental Store, they've been offering Walt Disney World guests the best prices on park tickets. Now they're offering 10% off all tickets for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party in 2025. Simply by visiting their website, you'll find a calendar of available party dates and find out how much the tickets will be compared to how much they would have cost without Unlocked Magic's discount. If you'd like to attend Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, do yourself a favor and save some money with our friends at Unlocked Magic. Visit unlockmagic.com/WDWNT to learn more. In the latest Walt Disney World lawsuit, a mother is suing after a child was startled by a Stormtrooper in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, causing him to flip his stroller and get injured. Megan Miller, a mother from Arizona, filed a lawsuit against Walt Disney World earlier this month for an incident involving her child. According to the suit, Miller was in Disney's Hollywood Studios on December 4th of 2023 with her child. The report leaves the child unnamed, of course, though clarifies the child is a minor. The lawsuit explains that Miller's child was sitting in a stroller without an adult nearby when a performer dressed as one of the roaming stormtroopers in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge approached him. The situation frightened the child, leading him to try to move away, causing the stroller to flip. The lawsuit said that anyway. The lawsuit does not contain any details about how old the child was or why he was left unattended. Miller's attorney did not respond to questions when WDWNT reached out for comment. Miller accuses Disney of negligence, saying the aforesaid incident was caused by reasons of negligence of Disney in the training, supervision, and control of its employees in its interaction and approach of its characters with guests and children at the park. Miller's also suing SafeMark Systems, the company that made the stroller her child was sitting in at the time of the accident, accusing them of having an unsafe product. The lawsuit doesn't describe the extent of the child's injuries, other than saying he has medical bills. Medical expenses have been incurred and are owed due to the accident on December 4th, 2023. Adding that Miller suffered economic losses. The losses are either permanent or continuing, and plaintiff will suffer the losses in the future. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge first opened at Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2019, giving guests the opportunity to encounter several of their favorite Star Wars characters. Of course, the roaming characters, who often include Chewbacca, Rey, and those Stormtroopers, they interact with guests, including those who are younger. Stormtroopers are usually seen wandering the land looking for Jedi or Resistance sympathizers, sometimes accompanied by a First Order officer. Aerial images posted by BioReconstruct confirm the removal of the Miss Piggy Lady Liberty fountain and offer a look at Muppets Courtyard in Disney's Hollywood Studios. We previously reported that the Miss Piggy Lady Liberty fountain had been removed from Muppets Courtyard as the space is slowly being transformed, of course, into Monstropolis. The fountain continued to run after Muppet Vision 3D closed, as the spray of water from the top could be seen above the construction walls in the area. We could continue to see the water spouting out of Miss Piggy's torch over the walls until earlier this week. On June 27th, we could no longer see Miss Piggy in there. In photos posted to X, BioReconstruct has confirmed that Miss Piggy has indeed been removed from the fountain in the center of that courtyard area. Some early construction equipment has also arrived in the courtyard, though nothing really seems altered just yet. Disney has not confirmed exactly what the fate of Miss Piggy Lady Liberty fountain will be. Of course, Rock and Roller Coaster, which will be rethemed to Muppets next year, could be an ideal spot. I don't know if they'd move the whole fountain over there. I guess we'll have to wait and see. The buildings and theming of the former Muppets Courtyard still remain mostly untouched, even as the area prepares to become Monstropolis. Walt Disney World has a few new outerwear pieces to keep safe from the finicky Florida weather. There's the Walt Disney World Windbreaker at $79.99. The jacket is blue with white accents on the sides and arms, zips up and has a high neck. The hood has a blue drawstring. The cursive Disney D logo is printed on the left chest, and there are two side pockets that also zip up. Walt Disney World is printed across the back in white, and written in the usual wordmark style. We found a jacket in Riverside Depot at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's likely available at other apparel locations throughout Walt Disney World Resort by now. Next up, we have a Walt Disney World jacket that's $89.99. We found the next two pieces of outerwear at Bayview Gifts at Disney's Contemporary Resort. First is the gray jacket, zips up the middle. Like the previous windbreaker jacket, there are two side pockets that zip up as well. The design of the jacket features embroidered lines in various shades of blue or on a khaki background. The Walt Disney World logo is printed above the striping on the left chest. The interior body of the jacket has a net lining matching color. Then there's a Walt Disney World hoodie. This one's $49.99. The last one of the new outerwear pieces. Heather blue hoodie with long sleeves. The design printed on the front shows Mickey Mouse standing among palm trees of varying heights. The trees are all brown and there are stripes of green and yellow near the bottom. The Walt Disney World logo is printed below the scene. According to the Walt Disney World website, Disney's Blizzard Beach water park will close this September, presumably for its annual seasonal refurbishment. According to the operating calendar on the Blizzard Beach website, it'll have its last day of operation on Sunday, September 7th, and will be closed as of Monday, September 8th. There are no operating hours listed for the water park through Sunday, November 30th, which is as far as the calendar goes. Typhoon Lagoon will still be open through at least Tuesday, September 9th. Doesn't have hours for September 10th and onward. We'll see when the time comes for that. Disney has not made any official announcements. As seen in a new social media post, actually several now, guests have reported the fire alarm at the Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge was set off a few days ago, causing the sprinkler system to engage. In a TikTok video posted by, oh boy, at THR_duo_YT, it appears guests at Boulder Ridge Villas and Disney's Wilderness Lodge experienced a fire alarm followed by activation of the building's sprinkler system. The video includes the title, "Not my usual content, but I just had to post this insane moment." Footage shows the interior of Boulder Ridge Villa building with water apparently dripping from the ceiling and the handrails on each floor, really. More water has puddled across the wood on the ground floor, giving the whole area a wet sheen. Caption over the top of the video says, "Fire on third floor causes flooding in Wilderness Lodge Resort." However, there have been no other reports of a fire in the building so far. It's also, when these things happen, the word spreads quickly and changes quickly. It's possible the fire system just malfunctioned. Some other guests in the comments report seeing large industrial-sized blower fans in the area, of course, to dry it off around Boulder Ridge, which could have been used to help quickly dry this floor at those sprinklers. Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. They're located, it's a separate building to the right side kind of the main lobby. Boulder Ridge has a small lobby area, fireplace, rustic style hanging chandelier, and seen in you can see that in the video. All the DVC guest rooms were last refurbished back in 2023. Several new merchandise items for different Disney World resorts are now available. Brand new Disney's Polynesian Village Resort merchandise collection arrived at the newly refurbished boutique store inside the Great Ceremonial House at the Poly, including t-shirts, hoodies, magnets, pins, caps, and towels. Many of the new items feature Maui, the Polynesian demigod, whose wooden statue can be found in the Great Ceremonial House. Also, a new ornament and Tervis water bottle have arrived at Walt Disney World as part of the collection themed to Disney's Contemporary Resort. We found that merchandise collection at Bayview Gifts. That's the Contemporary Resort ornament, Bayview Gifts. The Contemporary Resort ornament retails for $26.99, Tervis water bottle $34.99. Finally, there is new merchandise featuring everyone's favorite chipmunks, Chip and Dale, available at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campgrounds. We found this new mug and matching ornament at Settlement Trading Post, located in campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. We have articles and pictures, details of all the new merch items on our website. Go to www.nt.com if you want to see all the pictures. Several new Walt Disney World themed items have arrived at World of Disney and Disney Springs, although each item can likely be found at other stores. We have the Mickey and Friends Skyliner toy for $22.99. The Skyliner replica is yellow with Mickey, Donald, and Pluto on the window wrap. The Skyliner toy features transparent doors. Red benches are visible through the door panels. The model toy comes with a display stand as well. Another yellow Skyliner toy features Chewbacca and Porg window covering. That's $22.99. Chewbacca looks to be hanging out of the gondola with hyperspace behind him. The Porgs are posed on and around the Wookiee. This version of the figure also has transparent doors but has yellow benches instead of red. Then we have Expedition Everest Adventure Pack set for $24.99. This play set contains everything a mountaineer would ever need for pretend expeditions, such as 5-in-1 field tool, mini binoculars, mini flashlight, compass, and drawstring bag. Good for a pretend expedition. Don't take this to Everest, all right? This is an updated version of the one previously released for the 15th anniversary of Expedition Everest. There's a castle hair clip for $14.99, Cinderella castle hair clip. It's a golden silhouette of the castle, stands out against a dark blue background. The left side features a hinged grip for opening the clip. The longer right side is similar to a claw clip to hold the wearer's hair. All right, a 4-part candle for $34.99. This 9-ounce candle has a donut warm cookie scent. Sounds good to me. The jar has silver stars scattered around each of the park icons. Cinderella Castle and Spaceship Earth are colored with blues and gray with a watercolor style finish. Hollywood Tower Hotel and Tree of Life also look like watercolored renderings. The tower is cream colored with red and gold details. Tree of Life made up of various shades of green and brown. Next up, a Pluto sweatshirt for $59.99. The sweatshirt is slightly cropped in the yellow gold color of Pluto. Walt Disney World is written across the sleeves and chest in white block lettering. Pluto is perched below the text with his ear raised and tongue out. The back is the perfect reverse of the front, giving a look at the back of the Walt Disney World text and Pluto, who is wearing a green collar. Other merchandise now available around Walt Disney World includes several new pins, a new wishable mystery box, and a collection of resort-themed sporty outerwear. We talked about that in the last story, I think. Tokyo Disney Resort guests will soon be able to book a private Disney Resort Line monorail car for a special limited time experience. How cool is that? During a group's private monorail ride, a cast member will be on board to talk about the views. The trip is approximately 30 minutes, taking 2 laps from Resort Gateway Station. Guests can't get off at another station during that time. In addition to the private charter experience, riders will receive a t-shirt inspired by the Disney Resort Line cast member costumes. These come in youth and adult sizes. Guests will get a wristband featuring the monorail color of their choice, purple, green, yellow, pink, or blue. Young guests can borrow a pilot's cap during the experience. One group ticket is 50,000 yen, that's about $345, for a minimum of 1 person and a maximum of 6 people. Advanced credit card payment is required for that. The experience will be available from July 26th to August 31st. Guests can book tickets via a series of lotteries on the Tokyo Disney Resort website starting on July 1st. You can read our article for more information about the lottery process. I'm sure it's complicated because every time someone talks about doing something in Tokyo, my head starts spinning. Starting on July 28th, Disney Resort Line will introduce QR code tickets. They will completely switch the QR codes by July 2026. Tokyo Disney Resort currently has a Duffy and Friends monorail honoring 20 years of the Disney Bear as well, of course. The 20th anniversary celebrations have officially begun at Hong Kong Disneyland. Tom's there, of course. Tom's on location to check out the new offerings, decorations, entertainment, food items, and everything else that's included in the celebration. The decorations have been added around Hong Kong Disneyland in honor of the most magical party of all. The resort's, that's the name of the 20th anniversary celebration. The entrance arch of Hong Kong Disneyland Resort has been decorated with 20th anniversary accents. The support columns have been adorned with gold medallions and swirls that include the official 20 logo with a Mickey icon replacing the 0 on 20 there. The base of the columns also have added decorative swirls in blue, pink, and purple. The columns have different color balloons and light up alongside the golden swirls at night. Banners have been added to the guest path on the way to the park from the transportation hub. Each character wears a festive outfit and stands in front of golden swirls such as Mickey and Donald, you've seen in our photo. The Hong Kong Disneyland logo is featured in the upper left-hand corner, and the 20 medallion is placed on the bottom right. Among other characters represented with banners along the path are Chip and Duffy. Olu Mel and Stella Lou are also added to the mix, as both characters are featured in the new Momentous Party in the Night Sky updated nighttime show. Some of the poles feature 2 banners, such as this one with Olu Mel and Cookie Ann. At the main entrance, the floral Mickey garden has been decorated with multicolored balloons and golden swirls. We saw some of these balloons in some earlier preview images. Intermingled with the balloons are some decorative top hats in the same celebration colors. These hats match the ones worn by the Fab Five as part of their special anniversary costumes. Like the decorations at the entrance gate, this display lights up at night. The balloons glow in pink, purple, blue, and yellow alongside the bright golden swirls, which are also accented with gold lights. The metal gates located on the outside of the park tap styles feature the Hong Kong Disneyland 20 medallion. The 20 of the colorful medallion features a 0 with Mickey ears. Of course, we talked about that. Inside the number is a silhouette of the Castle of Magical Dreams. Below the 20 is Hong Kong Disneyland logo. Moving inside the park, a large display has been added to the flower bed in the middle of Town Square. The display has several golden swirls forming a Mickey icon in the center. Placed on either side of the central icon are small figures of Mickey, Goofy, Donald, and Minnie in their usual cartoon outfits. All 4 characters are holding more of the matching celebration balloons and made of a semi-transparent material. The material of each figure gives them a gemstone or stained glass style appearance in the light. The large Mickey icon in the center glows gold at night, while the character figures light up in their classic coloring. Moving down Main Street USA, character banners and medallions have been added to the lampposts. Among the characters are Mickey and Minnie Mouse on blue pennants, again, wearing their anniversary costumes now. Duffy and Shelley May are also represented on colorful banners. Streamers and golden swirls emerge behind the medallions. Lena Bell and Olu Mel are the next of Duffy's pals featured on these Main Street banners. Cookie Ann and Stella Lou also contribute to the celebration with their own banners. Other Fab Five representations include Pluto and Donald Duck. A smaller display has been added to the flower bed closer to the Castle of Magical Dreams. This display keeps the swirled gold style, but there's a blank space in the middle with smaller Mickey icon on the right side. The position of the gold swirls appear to frame the castle when seen from the right angle. More balloons are included with the taller swirls on the left side. Like the other decorations, this display lights up at night, moving to other lands of the park. There's a Groot display. It's been added to Tomorrowland. The glass-like Groot holds balloons, one of which is adorned with the Avengers A. He stands atop several speakers that are surrounded with more golden swirl detailing. Another Mickey 20 logo is printed on one side of the speaker. In Adventureland, a Hawaiian-inspired display has been added. Colorful flowers, balloons, and golden swirls have been interlaced between lava rocks. A 20 logo has been placed on the center rock, though the zero here has been updated to the look of the heart of Te Fiti. Likewise, some of the balloons have sketch art of the Kakamora. The middle rock is also home to a glass-like Pua and Heihei from Moana. This display has been added in front of the main curved staircase for Mystic Manor, likely inspired by the attraction's music room scene. The display includes several musical instruments on pedestals, some paintings. Albert, one of the main characters from the attraction, is standing on top of the middle pedestal in a similar glass style to the other display characters. He holds a handful of colorful balloons with more musical imagery. Characters from Bambi have been added to the Fantasyland gardens. Small figures of Bambi, Flower, Thumper, and Miss Bunny are among the characters standing atop a floral blanket. Other woodland creatures play on a stump and log nearby. Additional balloons and golden swirls add to the decor of the Fantasyland gardens. A 20th anniversary sign has also been added to the garden, which appears like it will also light up at night. The sign is mostly purple with balloons on the right and more golden details. Decor is also being added to the resort, such as a statue that we found at Disney's Hollywood Hotel. As one would expect, the Castle of Magical Dreams has also been decorated for the upcoming anniversary. It looks spectacular. Hong Kong Disneyland has debuted Momentous Party in the Night Sky, which is a 20th anniversary version of their nighttime spectacular with a new drone segment. Momentous Party in the Night Sky is a 30-minute show that has debuted along with several new entertainment offerings as part of that 20th anniversary, the most magical party of all, as we said. As previously announced, the changes to the usual Momentous nighttime spectacular include 8 multimedia effects and projections down Main Street USA for the first time at the resort. It also incorporates drones, illuminated water projections, choreographed water fountains, flames, lasers, theatrical lighting, and pyrotechnic effects. One important note is that the majority of the changes for Momentous Party in the Night Sky are part of a new pre-show style segment that's been added to the existing Momentous show. The drones and additional effects are all part of the new segment, which runs for approximately 10 minutes at the beginning. The rest of Momentous is unchanged, except for the addition of those Main Street projections. If you want to see the full Momentous Party in the Night Sky, we have a complete video of the new show and the pre-show right here on our channel. As part of the most magical party of all, the new Friendtastic Parade has debuted at Hong Kong Disneyland. The Friendtastic Parade replaces the Flights of Fantasy Parade. It has 11 floats kicking off with Mickey and Friends. It's the largest parade Hong Kong Disneyland has ever had. It features 4 new original songs combined with iconic movie soundtracks. If you'd like to see the parade, we have a video of that right here on our channel as well. A 20th anniversary version of Push the Talking Recycle Bin, not a trash can, now he's a recycle bin, is now roaming Hong Kong Disneyland in celebration of its upcoming birthday. The recycle bin is mainly purple with golden swirl detailing, which matches the style of the 20th anniversary decorations scattered throughout Hong Kong Disneyland. Stars and fireworks are also featured on the front and sides in the main celebration colors of gold, pink, and blue. The front features gold Push lettering on the main flap. The festive design continues around each side of Push, who also wears a blue and gold birthday hat. While reminiscent of the classic Push that used to interact with the guests at Walt Disney World, this Hong Kong version is technically a recycling can, not a trash can. They've outdone us. The back of the can has 2 circular holes for recycling. Push excitedly talks as it roams among the guests celebrating Hong Kong Disneyland's 20th anniversary. Check out our video of Push. We have them on social media and everywhere else. Pretty cool. We ate the Mickey and Friends Giant Sundae Party dessert at Hong Kong Disneyland. By we, I mean Tom, in celebration of the 20th. This dessert is advertised to feed 4 to 6 people, can take 20 to 30 minutes to prepare. It costs $87. I don't think Tom ate it by himself. I don't think Tom and I combined could have eaten this, but I'm sure he tried as much as he could. The cast member warned us of this. We ended up waiting only about 10 minutes for it, though. It's a monstrous treat. It's available now at Main Street Corner Cafe. Description for this dessert is misleading, as there seems to be way more ingredients than what is listed on the picture. There were a lot of different ice cream flavors like vanilla, chocolate chip, coffee, strawberry, which were all very enjoyable. Also available at the Corner Cafe is a 20th anniversary party champagne flute, which can be purchased an apple peach soda or champagne. The party bubbles continue the tradition that began with the plastic champagne flutes on Main Street USA at Disneyland Paris. This trend has continued with offerings at various Disney California Adventure Festivals. The price converts to roughly $15 for the flute with the apple peach soda or $28 with champagne. A child and her father were rescued from the water by Disney Cruise Line team after an incident yesterday, June 29th, 2025. According to USA Today, a child fell from the 4th floor of the Disney Dream. The child's father jumped in after her. Eyewitnesses report that the rescue team aboard the Disney Dream responded promptly with life preservers and a rescue boat. They were able to successfully retrieve both passengers from the sea. Disney Cruise Line gave the following statement to USA Today. The crew aboard the Disney Dream swiftly rescued 2 guests from the water. We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills and prompt actions, which ensured the safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes. We are committed to the safety and well-being of our guests, and this incident highlights the effectiveness of our safety protocols. The Disney Dream was sailing between its home port in Fort Lauderdale and the Bahamas. The ship is equipped with barriers and overboard alarm systems as part of the safety precautions. Details of the incident, such as how the child fell overboard, are not available at this time. Look, there's a lot of speculation about this. A lot of people are talking about this. I'm wondering how this could happen. That deck 4 on the Dream class ships is the promenade. That's the area that it's kind of a jogging track. People play shuffleboard there. Goes all the way around the ship. It does have high railings. Those railings, I believe, have plexiglass on them too. A lot of people speculate. We've gotten a lot of information from a lot of people. Some that were on the ship, some other people that just claim to be in the know. I don't want to really speculate too much about this incident. What I'll say is this is spectacular work by the crew of the Disney Dream. Man overboard is a very serious issue. They train for it. And quite often you'll see online someone falls off a cruise ship and they're never found again. So kudos to the crew of the Disney Dream. I know safety is a thing that people think is like boring. They don't want to talk about it. But these protocols undoubtedly saved this family. So hats off to them. Good job. A new location at Aulani, a Disney Resort and Spa, is going to be closed for refurbishment later this year. Kamaka Pool and Grotto, including the Kamaka Whirlpool Spa, will be unavailable from October 19th through November 14th of 2025. These amenities are expected to reopen November 15th, according to a new update sent to Disney travel agents. During this time, guests are invited to make a splash at any of the other fun water features, including Waikolohe Pool and Stream, the resort's 2 water slides, Whirlpool Spas, Keiki Cove Splash Zone, and Wailana Adult Pool. As is common with the type of refurbishment project that's going on, the announcement from Disney included a warning about possible noise in the vicinity. During construction, the comfort and enjoyment of guests is top priority of cast members. However, it is possible the guests may see or hear construction work, but noise should not be heard between dusk and 8 a.m. Kamaka Grotto is a family pool at Aulani, a Disney Resort and Spa in Ko'olina, Hawaii. Designed with families in mind, the pool features an infinity edge overlooking Ko'olina Beach and a misty grotto, an after-dark experience with thousands of glittering lights. For the absolute latest on these stories and all those stories that did not make it onto today's show, be sure to check WDWNT.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. A special shout out to all the Wigs members watching who help make this show happen each and every week. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Eric Morton saying, enjoy the rest of your today and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.